Hello, and welcome to a brand new campaign run by me with 4 players I met on Roll20. The campaign is Tomb of Annihilation, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the Forgotten Realms. Our players and I have never played D&D together, and some are playing for the first time. So don't take anything personal if we don't use rules or the books as written. The point of the game is to use the rules as guidelines to create an amazing story with friends, and I think we have done that. We have an Aasimar Warlock, a Triton Wizard, an Aasimar Paladin, and a Dwarven Monk taking on their first quest together against the Death Curse, a powerful curse in the land denying resurrection magic and slowly withering away those who have been resurrected. They will head to Chult, a land of mystery and danger, discover clues, and take on expeditions funded by gold won through quests, arena battles, and looting innovation places. So without spoiling anything, take a seat, remember that the audio and visuals mature and get better, and remember that all heroes have their beginnings, and this is theirs. So welcome to our Tomb of Annihilation campaign, starting now. Okay, so
Sounds good.
Alright.
let's start this. Okay, so where we left off, our adventurers arrived finally in Port Anzaro after a few days at sea aboard the Tej Runner, along with Sindra Sylvain, and were eventually right at the cusp of heading to Port Anzaro, ambushed by a ragtag group of pirates.
Pirates, I'll have you know.
Yes. Pirates to an extent. They were easily overcome by our adventurers and had their ship almost taken. But at the last second, the pirate captain was able to hold hostage one of the passengers of the Tej Runner and allow himself.
Don't bring that up. That's a touchy subject.
And allowed himself to go free. You all met Armeg, the dragon turtle of Chult, who guards these causeways, these passageways through Port Anzaro to the outside world. And an offering of Armeg, you have learned, is a bit pricey and has to be paid, otherwise face the wrath of the dragon turtle. You all also, making it into Port Anzaro, found a couple of interesting figures, one of which the harbor master, who showed you the guide board to Port Anzaro, which consists mainly of guides within Port Anzaro for hire, who can take you on expeditions, if you so wish, into the jungles of Chult, what is considered one of the most dangerous places within Faerun. And also because it's mostly unexplored. Adventurers come across the world to Port Anzaro for the spices, for the tej, for the exotic things you can find here, and as you all know, the dinosaur racing, as well as the purchase and procurement of dinosaurs. There's a lot of things that can be done in Port Anzaro. However, you all have been escorted through this grand town to the Thundering Lizard within the Red Bazaar. The Red Bazaar being one of the bigger trade hubs in Port Anzaro within the Market Ward. There seem to be a couple of different Market Wards within here, but you are in the southern side over here where you can see the 18. Your adventure token is placed around here. So yes, why don't we begin with you all in the Thundering Lizard where we left off after a human figure looking a bit adventurous with brown duster leaving the Thundering Lizard with, to none of your eyes but one of you, walking out with bloody footprints. You all eventually enter, seeing the body of a man hunched over the front table, and there are several amongst here in this dark lit tavern. There seem to be 2 floors. As you can see, a balcony overlooks the bar, and a bartender who is just seeing you all enter for the first time says, "You can grab a seat wherever you want. Don't mind the body. We'll get that taken care of right away.
Does that happen frequently here?
I think so, yeah.
Not as often as you think, but it happens. And he takes a sip of his
Either that or the
mug.
green.
How do I make sure that doesn't happen to me?
Well, to be perfectly honest, don't owe anyone anything. Maybe you fancy gambling in one of the taverns, or betting on the dinosaur races, or having some fun at the Coliseum, but don't owe anyone anything you can't pay back, and pay back promptly. And you see the man, he's a bit fairer skinned than most of the Chultans you've seen here, as well as lighter than most of the complexions that make up Port Nianzaro. But he does have a tanned skin tone. But he does have a hardened face and dark black hair, short, as he's cleaning the bar.
I walk up and I ask for a drink. Some ale.
Make that 2.
He brings out 2 mugs and starts pouring some what looks like to be light ale, but after closer inspection, from what you're now knowledgeable about, this is Tej, which is very common here in Chult, and what they import, and the name of the vessel you're on.
That makes sense. Okay.
And a room for 4 for a week. How much would that cost?
Well, each room houses about 2 beds. That'd be about 5 silver pieces per night. Or I'll do you 30 per week.
30 silver per week for 2 rooms?
If 2 rooms is enough.
4 beds? That works for me.
Works for me
I'm
as well.
going to look around the establishment before I commit to paying. I mean, does it look like it's
Looking
a
around,
sort of adventuring place? Is there like a bulletin board, or
yes.
does it just look like we might get robbed in our sleep?
Looking
bar.
about the crowd is there's a handful of adventurers here, and those of you see men and women sitting across from each other on small tables. They seem hardened, they seem adventurous, they seem like they've definitely seen battle. Most of them have weapons on them or multiple weapons. They don't seem to be eyeing you in particular in what you're used to being, maybe thievery nature. But the establishment does look to also have a few wandering eyes on tables in the dark.
Sure.
It does seem what you're accustomed to places like in Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate, but when it comes to thievery, that is a dice roll.
This
know.
looks like the sort of place that I would have gone to in the past to hire on some extra muscle for
Absolutely.
a delve.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
And then
I just want to
behind
make sure.
And then behind the counter, you also do see a bulletin listing of parchments similar to the guides. Some of them you see that you have on you that you've reconstructed, but also some different ones that are just tasks that are thrown up there.
Sure. So, gentlemen, I mean, this seems like a good place to stay for the time. It definitely looks like the sort of place that we belong.
And this Tej ain't bad either.
No, yeah, it fetches a pretty fair coin here, but ship that overseas to Waterdeep, and you're gonna have to be paying twice, if not 3 times.
How much does a cup cost?
I usually do about a copper a cup, but it gets pretty. If there's a party going on, I'll do a silver for a pitcher, and a pitcher here is more. It's probably not what you're used to in Waterdeep. And he brings over this like dual goblet that seems to have 2 what do we call it? These two nozzles for pouring, and it looks to be capable of pouring 2 drinks at once. He goes, the newcomers like this, and he starts to pour you both a new round, and from one large pitcher it pours two.
Oh,
We call
that's
it
neat.
we call it the party favor.
The
But,
party favor.
yeah.
That's a fancy trick.
Yes, very fancy.
Yeah, the kids seem to like it.
Gentlemen, does this seem agreeable to the lot of you? It seems the sort of place that I would think we would need to be.
Yeah, I don't mind staying here.
I'll take out 4 gold pieces and put them on the counter. Just a tip for any trouble we might cause. Not that we're expecting any. We're new around here, so I'd appreciate any kind of information if I've got questions.
Of course. Looking for anything in particular already? And he starts scooping up the 4 gold.
We need work in the short term, and the long term, we're going to be leaving the city.
Well, I'm glad I charged you up front then. You
I know.
heading to the jungles then, yeah?
That's the plan. We need to get some funding together first, and then find us a good guide. We appreciate any help that you might be able to provide us, given your particular profession. I'm sure you hear plenty.
Or yeah, if you have a recommendation.
Yeah, I've got plenty. So what's
We saw that board with all the different
Yeah,
guys
we have
out
them
there.
all written down as well, right?
So if there's one particular you think is best
Well,
suited for.
I've got a couple on the table and a couple off the table. What
Go ahead,
kind of work
Real quick,
have you?
I just gotta change laundry real quick. So just keep going.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. I'll be back.
So I see the lot of you. What kind of work are you looking for? You know, if you're going into the jungle, I assume you're skilled with weapons and combat.
Yeah, with respect, something that's above the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a priest myself, not a that sort of caster, but I've got religious ties that bind what I can and can't do, as does another one of us, I believe.
I am a man of the law, that's for sure.
Okay.
And I'd like to not tarnish my reputation.
Right. Okay. Well, I've got one that is above the table, but it's gonna pay you pretty good if you can get results, and it's quite quick. A friend of mine actually bets on those dinosaur races they've got going around through the city. It's, a few that are about to start, in about 30 minutes or so. But as I told you, it's important to be able to pay back any debts in a timely manner. Now he's over there now, and I can get you a meet with him. He's looking, he's technically a bookie, but he's owed quite a bit of money. That's one thing he does lack, however, is muscle. It means to recollect the debt. All legal within Port Ninzaro. All debts must be accounted before within a timely manner, and there can be no travel out of Port Ninzaro without paying any debt, especially on rule of the merchant princess.
Can I inside check him on that?
Absolutely. Okay.
Oh wow!
So he seems...
Did I roll a 1?
No, you rolled a 20.
Oh, okay, nice.
A 19 plus 1 though, so
Okay.
very nice. So getting a look at him, he seems very forthright. He seems to be an honest tavern keeper trying to do an honest job, and the quest may be personal for his friend, but he doesn't believe that to be anything mischievous about it. So
Yeah.
to his knowledge, and as a personal reference, he does seem to be keeping a fine fine establishment. There's, aside from the altercation you saw walking in, there doesn't seem to be any other chaos going about here. So it is a decent establishment with a decent man working the helm.
I think we do it.
What time of day? Yeah, I agree. What time of day is it at this point?
It's still early. It's about maybe 12 in the afternoon.
Okay. Have we paid for our rooms and our drink already? And then
Yes, I've already paid for the room out of the party funds.
we have party funds. Okay, I was gonna ask if you wanted me to pay you my portion.
Yeah. We had 50
You guys
gold
got your
party
drinks. I got the rooms out of the party funds.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much? How much? I'll pay for the drinks. How much are the drinks?
It would be 2 copper.
All right, I'll take that out right now.
For all of it.
Yes, for all of it.
Or 2 copper. I just did 2 silver. I mean, okay, 2 copper. That's easy.
So,
Okay.
yeah, his
in this
if you're
friend of yours.
interested, you know, her name is Kalahu, and she's a bookie up, probably just 10-minute walk back where you came from, about to take bets on the dinosaur races. She's told me the cut is about 5% of whatever's collected, of what sounds to be about 500 gold debt. So, easy money for adventurers who seem skilled enough to handle themselves.
One quick question. What is your name so we can let her know that you sent us, so we're not just some random people trying to scam her?
Of course, my name's Auden.
Alright.
Yes, here, I'll spell it for you.
I thought it was an O, so good.
Are you the owner or?
Oh, yeah, I bought this maybe about 7 years back now. Yeah.
Seems like a fine establishment to have.
Yeah, it surprisingly went better than I thought. Thought I'd have to pull out the old bone breaker in me, but people seem to be much more understanding of the laws here, because there's worse things to do when you steal in Port Ninzaro. Worse punishments than simple beating.
I understand. I do have a question about the culture in the city, I suppose. We had a difficult time getting in. How safe are the streets generally for newcomers?
Pretty safe. Getting into Port Ninzaro is the hardest thing. Sometimes getting out as well, but the streets are very safe. The one thing I will mind you of, pickpocketing is lousy in certain districts. If you're not in the jeweler district, you will need to keep a proper eye on those coin purses.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
What's the name of your establishment again?
Thundering Lizard.
That's right. But yeah, if you're that's what you're looking for, her name is. I'll spell that for you guys too.
Now, you don't get commission. You just hear about this and you pass on the word. Is that correct?
Oh, she's a friend. She helped me when I first came here to take out my first loan.
I gotcha. Is there another place in town where we might be able to find reliable work, the sort of work that we would be accustomed to?
One moment, my page is going off. Yeah, if you want, there's always, work at the harbor. The harbor ward has plenty of manual labor work. If you're looking to work at the Coliseum, just throw yourself into the ring or throw bets. It's up to you.
What about well-paid?
I do have other jobs if you're looking for, but that is the most.
Of course.
That is the first one that came to mind.
What? You got a question? Go ahead.
No, that's fine. You kind of somewhat answered it.
I was hoping you could give me any more details or juicy rumors about this Temple of Severus. It seems more the sort of establishment that I might be accustomed to, given my background.
Holy men?
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what I hear, the temple is actually one of the few establishments that are allowed close to the Merchant Prince's villa. It's considered any holy place within Port Ninzaro to be off limits to any sort of violence, which should be a given, but other than that, I don't know much of it. It is never really been one for worship myself.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Gentlemen, I'm going to just go kind of see our rooms. Well, if you have any more questions for them, I'll be ready in just a moment.
Yeah, I do have. Well, I just have a question for the whole group. Does anyone have a map of this town? And I was wondering if none of us do, we could ask this man to draw us a map and then label the locations where we could find this work easier.
Well, she would.
Or purchase a map.
Yeah.
To my
something like
knowledge,
that.
there's not really maps of Port Nanzaro.
Well-
I mean, you might be able to find one maybe in the Northern Merchant Ward, but to be honest, I don't know of any.
Well, could you give us directions towards where we could find your friend so we can get the job?
Oh yeah. So if you're heading to the Harbor Ward, what you're gonna want to do is, well, to be honest, you're gonna find it one way or another. The dinosaur races are gonna start soon. She is one of the main bookies taking and collecting bets from the races. So what you're gonna want to do is head north from here and follow the main road to the Harbor Ward, and just around one of the 4 warehouses, you're going to see the staging grounds for the dinosaur races. Bets will be taken there in the assortment. She will be. She has a pink and purple booth that she takes bets from. So you're gonna want to let her know that I sent you, Orin. Remember that from the Thundering Lizard. So.
Yep.
Also remember,
Will do.
she's younger than probably most of you, so just call out for Kalahu, or you can ask one of the other participants.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then you said the dinosaur races are going to start soon.
Yeah. They always start around this time. 3 races a day usually.
So we should probably make haste then, fellas.
Yeah, I would. And best of luck. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you for your help.
Of course.
So races a daily thing here, or are they like every once in a while?
Yeah, every day.
Every day? Oh.
Every day there's a new race, a new dinosaur that's been bent and brought in, domesticated. There's favorites. There's and if you want, they do take in newcomers into the races. But as I said before, careful the kind of debts you collect here. They may offer you a chance to maybe join one of their teams, but not only losing can cost you, but injuring one of their dinosaurs, bloody bad for business.
Appreciate the heads up.
Of course, yeah. Have a good one. Be safe.
You too. So, I assume we should just start heading towards there.
Yeah, but wait, we need to wait for Bell.
Oh yeah.
And that's still, you want to go get him real quick?
I'm sorry if my dog starts barking, by the way. He's terrified of thunder.
No.
It's alright.
I
No problem.
understand, but I used to have a dog that was terrified of thunder too.
I think he might have a seizure disorder too, because he does, like, if he starts coughing really hard. I haven't seen him do this if he's scared yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't last very long, so it's been entertaining to witness at times, but it's like when you startle a goat.
Well, they're not all goats. You're talking about those the fainting goats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on,
That
somebody's
all goes
calling me.
through
I'll
that.
be right
That's
back.
special goats that do that.
So, what would you all like to do now gathered here?
I say we head towards.
I say we head towards
races.
the dinosaur races to get this job.
I agree. I think we need to raise funds to get a guide and other equipment and necessities.
Yeah, because from papers we got, these guys aren't going to be exactly cheap.
Yeah, we need to make some money fast.
Well,
Agreed.
let's not rush it too quickly. That doesn't mean that we should start gambling. I think that would be a worse option.
No, I'm saying, but we do have a job opportunity that will probably end very soon, so we do need to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Diesel racing, diesel racing.
So, you all head north back towards
Yep.
the harbor ward? Okay.
Yeah.
On your way back, you all see the Port Nyanzaro streets being cleared and given wide berth. A lot of people have pushed their shops into the side, unadulterated or undisappointed, and don't look to be bothered. This seems to be a regular for them, and some have establishments with their shelvings built into sides of homes and stuff like that. You make your way back. I would tell you, it would head this way, and you would head around here to the harbor ward. Here is a dry dock. This is basically where ships come in to be repaired that have been damaged on their voyage for various reasons, or maybe something is being worked on. But approaching the dry dock, let me also now identify that for you all. This is here. This is the dry dock. Approaching, you see people, and lots of them parading and getting excited. People with their windows open on the second floor, cheering as you all are seeing this triceratops with blue stripes and blue circles around his eyes being ridden by a very lavish, feather-covered Chultan man who is waving to the crowd and heading the same direction towards you to the harbor ward. But eventually, when you make that turn to the dry dock, you see booths and booths of people, bookies, taking bets, and other people, like on one side on your right, you can see a whole row, maybe 3 blocks of shops of bookies and people taking bets, but also selling novelty items. Some people throwing out insect repellents and saying, buy this and it's going to keep you safe from such things as, the mad monkey fever, and this, and the mosquitoes of the Udon will never bother you again. A lot of these things are coming at you at once, and you can also smell spices and food being cooked, very food stand style. Additionally, you see every now and then people offering to sell dinosaurs. You see someone hawking an Allosaurus, who looks like an above average size Velociraptor in our times, and it seems to be wild at times, and he has it tries to snap at a couple people who get too close, and then you see him whack it with a strong stick just back into place. And
how big is it? How big is this thing?
It's probably about 17 feet tall.
What?
If it were to stand up?
Dinosaur? What kind of dinosaur? Allosaur?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Velociraptor-ish kind of creature, which you could ride, but is definitely.
Are those the types of chickens? I think Velociraptors just sound like chickens.
No,
Velociraptors did look like chickens.
From the size of these creatures, they are towering over you for the most part until they hunch over and get closer into eyesight. But they do seem pretty wild. And as you guys are moving through these wide streets, asking a couple of people for directions, you eventually are directed to Kulahu, who is a female Chultan bookie who has a purple and pink lavish with feathers and such booth where she is taking bets, and there's lines and lines of people. There's maybe a dozen or so crowding her booth as she stands on a box, this just heavy crate, and she's calling out bets and writing it down in her ledger, and then pointing with a feather-tipped pen as she continues to write down and haggle people, and people are trying to take bets before the races begin.
I'm gonna try to get to the front of that group to try and talk to her.
What do you call out?
Well, I'll just try. Once I get to push it, I ask, are you Kalahu or Incentus to help you out?
this dark-skinned Chultan female, very young. She has two purple smears across under her eyes, somewhat decorative, but also because of the sweat and humidity that's going on here, it has kind of drooped down a little bit, but she still looks to be properly dressed for her status. And she has jumps down and she goes, "Watson, take over. Who'd you say sent you?"
Yeah, the innkeep at the Thundering Lizard.
Yeah, and the innkeeper Thundering Lizard said, sent us to come and help you.
Oh,
Said you might have some work for us.
Oh, yes. Oh, that one. Okay. Yes, her face gets kind of stern for a minute. Oh, come this way. Sorry, I'm a bit fatigued right now. Come into the shade. And she takes you into an alley between these two houses. And she fans herself for a moment. You can see the sweat dripping down her chest already. So, are you capable when it comes to discipline?
They were plenty capable in that aspect.
I think all of us together should be able to handle the task.
Well, I would hope so. It's not too serious, but it is important for me to keep up not just appearances but my reputation. A couple of weeks ago, I had a regular here come and bet on one of our races, and not just one of our races before, but a gladiator match, which in both cases he did not bet correctly. His tab was called in, and he has refused to pay. And refusal does not bode well for my reputation if I allow it to go unpunished. But I will allow him a free slate if he is to pay in full by the end of today. Which means I don't have to send any Chultan leg breakers who would take 25% of my profit away.
So where can we find this guy?
So that is quite the issue. One moment. And she goes over back to her booth and she starts talking to one of the crowd members. She goes, apparently he is working up by the runners. Sorry, I'm trying to find the name of this. 1 second. Apparently he's in the old city, which is northeast of Port Nyanzaro, just outside of the city walls. He might be probably in the beggars' palaces, which isn't hard to find, but out of my way as I'm pretty busy today. So that would be northeast of the city, outside of the city walls. I would check the beggars' palaces. He is a Chultan man. His name is Taban, and I would very much appreciate if the debt can be collected by the end of the day. And if so, you can keep 10% of the payment, which is roughly about 500 gold. So
the payment is 500 gold, or the tip is 500 gold?
500 gold he owes me. You would
Gotcha.
get 10% of that. Yes.
That'd be 50 gold.
Yes, which for a day's work is very good.
Yeah. It's
Even
good amount.
Pretty good,
Even-
but
even-
we're doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I think we might deserve a little more than that. Like, we'll say 20%.
Make me
a finder
persuasion check. You are very cute. I like you.
Oh my God! I rolled a 1.
I like you very much. But I do not know you, and though you are requested by a good friend, I cannot see it right now. But maybe in the future I could offer more work, maybe a higher rate. But why don't we try this for now? Okay.
How about we start and get
Fair
a good
enough.
reputation with this, so we can get better rates in the future.
Of course.
I can't put that roll a freaking one. +5.
Well, my friend,
Some
I would
persuasion.
ask you that if you could do this for me within the end of the day, it'd be great. Otherwise, I would have to source this out to the leg breakers, and I would get my money back one way or another. But I would prefer not to harm him. He was once a good man, and probably still is. But
We have the leg breakers involved in this.
yes. So remember, please, his name is Taban. He is darker skinned than me. He's human, and I would say I think he's in the beggar's palaces, most likely just hawking away. He could also be betting on one of the prisoner runs there. You can probably check. But I do.
You said his name is what again?
Taban. Taban. Taban.
I spelled it right the first time. Perfect.
Yeah, boy. So yes. Any more questions?
We can go down there then, unless anyone else needs anything beforehand.
No, I vote we go ahead and go on down there. I think we also need to make a visit, don't we? To I guess one of the merchant kings, a friend of our patron, don't we? Wasn't there something about that we needed to do?
Well, our patron said they were gonna go meet with someone first, and then probably in a couple days come and find us. So they can talk to us.
That's what it was. I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't quite remember after the day's events.
Yeah, no worries.
So, after some time, Kilathu returns to the bets, and the first dinosaur race goes off as you are all leaving. You see a young Allosaurus start to take the lead down, followed by a hefty Triceratops, and then a few other similar dinosaurs start stampeding down, and you feel the tremor beneath you as you have to then take the sideways as the streets are closed off on this side. You can hear the stampede and people cheering and the crowd going wild. But you all head north this way to find yourselves going through some other provinces. And
Can I grab something to eat before we go there? Because all that's food smelling. You said there was a bunch of like food stands, so
Yeah.
I would like to see what was around there. Like,
they have a lot of different meats that are considered exotic in other lands, but here is very common. They have dinosaur steak kebabs. They have
I'll go for that.
Yeah, I want one of those dinosaur steak kebabs.
You don't have to go any further. Like, you just right there, dude.
Okay.
I'll just go.
So
I'll just go for that.
they're throwing them out for 2 copper pieces each, and the man who's selling them, he's got a very white grin on his face, seeing new customers coming in who are, new to this. So you came here from Waterdeep? Yes?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I want to go to Waterdeep one day.
Yeah, it's interesting. This food, I've never had it. I'm excited to try it.
Oh,
Is this dinosaur?
Oh yes, that is Allosaurus steak. Yes. There's a lot of different things we can work with here, and it's very nice to see that they're a little bit more lax on what meats you can use.
Cow fed? Cow fed?
No.
He asked if it was cow fed.
No, I don't get. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Goat fed?
Goat fed? Yeah.
No?
No,
Which was it again?
no, I don't eat goat. No, it's against my religion.
No, the dinosaur.
No, the dinosaur.
I don't know if they are religious.
That doesn't
You would have
matter.
to ask them.
It doesn't matter. How much for this?
Yeah, how much?
Three copper pieces are each. You know, it is a delicacy.
Wait.
How big are they?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You just told us earlier it was 2 copper pieces. Why did the price go up?
Oh.
I don't know who you're talking to, but 3 copper pieces. You know, it's good steak. It's good food. You know, it'll make you strong.
You know what? I'll hold off for right now.
Okay. 2 gold. I mean, two copper. Two copper. Come on.
Oh, I don't think that's just jacking the price.
Two copper?
Insane.
All right, then we have a deal.
Okay.
2
How
copper,
big
I'll
is this
buy
one?
one.
You are a slick one, my friend.
No, you're a slick one, my friend.
I know. I'm very sneaky.
2 copper, I'll buy one too.
Okay, so
Yeah,
2
I'll buy
copper
one.
for each shish kebab's steak, and they taste very good. They are fresh from what you can tell, but they're all cooked medium. So there's a little bit of blood dripping over the barbecue sauce, and
Nice.
yes.
We do prefer my steak medium, so that's great.
Dude, I just had steak last night. I just IRL. yeah, so good.
So as you guys leave, you find yourselves eating on your journey, and it tastes very nice. It's different than what you would expect because it's also to go. So as you're moving through the city, you find that you're kind of snaking around this hill that leans up and builds up on top of what looks to be a gold-domed palace or structure. And you don't know what it is quite yet, but eventually you're led through what looks to be an under construction part of the city, or something that looks old and outdated. Eventually, you find your way to the northern gates that lead outside of Port Nanzaru. And before you leave, you are greeted by 2 Chultan guards, one of which looks at you and goes, "New to Chult?"
Yes. Very new.
That easy to tell, huh?
Yeah. You're not headed into the jungle, right?
Oh, no.
No, definitely
yet.
not.
Not yet.
We're somewhat of bounty hunters.
No.
We're debt collectors.
We're helping a friend of a friend collect a debt from some dinosaur betting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
city's
we're
that
looking for the Beggar Palace.
Just keep going. You'll see it. It's 2 large structures on opposite sides of the street. They meet by a bridge.
Any friendly advice for the area? We are new. We'd appreciate any sort of
Don't fall in the
tips you might
pit.
give us.
Either of them.
Okay.
Who pit? What are these pits you speak of?
They start talking to each other in a dialect that you don't quite understand, and as you guys continue through the gate, you eventually see what looks to be these 2. Let's see. So what you see are about 3 ancient vine-covered ziggurats that tower above this ward. What you see are these the 2 largest of these ziggurats meet you as soon as you go from under the gate and into the exterior of Port Nanzaru. From the left side to you, from your left to your right, you see these 2 massive stone ziggurats that are connected maybe 30 feet above your head by this walkway. It seems to be created and there seems to be a bunch of shops here created of bamboo and are put together in a way that doesn't remind you of the exquisiteness or the decorum of Port Nanzaru. As said before, it's being called the Old City. Could have been where Port Anzaru started a long time ago. And with the name like the Beggar's Palaces, you can just assume what you're to expect. But as you're moving through between both, looking for a way in, you do see maybe 100 to 200 feet ahead of you a gathering as people are cheering and looking down into the ground ahead of you.
I put 2 to 2 together.
So so right here where we are is the Beggar's Palaces. This is where they are. And you also see, eventually, as you all approach, this hole in the ground. And as you continue moving forward, you hear someone go, "Someone's gonna do the run!" And then you see the crowd starting to part as you approach, and there's on one side a bunch of guards, and they have 3 prisoners on their knees, chained with manacles in front of their arms, and each prisoner is scared. Some of them look to be sweating. One seems to be calm, but of them, you hear throughout everyone's talking and everything that this is considered the Executioner's Run, where it is basically a 15 feet deep, 50 feet wide, and 200 foot long run for your life. You are given a choice in Port Anzaru. If you are to break the law, you may always opt into the Executioner's Run, where either a velociraptor or panther is thrown into the pit, and if you can make it from one side to the other, you may go free.
One to the other without dying, without getting hit.
Gotta make it
I
to
assume
the other.
I assume without dying.
You have to make it to the opposite side of the pit, where there is apparently only a single rope anchored. As the crowd starts to get riled up, there's maybe 50, if not 70 people crowded, and most of these people do look poorer than the people of Port Anzaru. There are some wealthy people who are dressed finely and looking with nice grins. I will take 25 gold on the calm, smug one in the middle. He looks like he's up to something.
You're a douchebag.
As one of the guards goes, "These men have been selected and given the rights of the Executioner's Run. Betting is reserved for you lot, but this is justice in Port Anzaru. If you break the law, if you steal, if you defy the lords, you will be punished. There is nowhere in Chult you can hide. Let this be an example. But there's always mercy in Chult. Mercy if you are willing to grab it." And he kicks all 3 of the prisoners into the pit.
Dang, I wanted to make a bet.
And you can still make a bet. There's still plenty of time.
Cool.
You have 3 men. There's the one in red, who seems to be very scared and panicked. He seems to be the underdog. Then you have the second man, who is in tan and seems to be calm.
What are the odds? What are the odds on this underdog?
As you're getting into this, you don't really see like
The
this.
odds.
Yeah, you don't see like a board or anything. People are just throwing bets against each other, against some of the bookies that are here. There are some people going 3-1 on this one, blah blah blah, etc. They're just throwing
I
things
do
out,
have a
taking
question.
bets.
I'll the underdog. I'll if it's like 3.
So we
I
got
bet 3. I'll bet on the underdog.
So we got, hold on, we got 10, who is, he was the calm dude, and some people are getting some bets on him. I'm trying to, oh, I got sticky keyed, sorry. So you had a question, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it like a all at the same time, like a one person at a time challenge?
No, they all have to, there's only one way out, so whoever gets out, gets out.
So they,
No,
like,
no,
just
he's asking. No,
that's what I'm saying. They
he's
just
asking,
toss all three in at
Yeah,
once.
they just
Yeah,
kicked
they
all
do that.
3 of them in, and there's only,
Okay, so basically, it's like I just got to run faster than you.
You're just gonna screw over someone else.
Yep.
Then you have the third person who you hear someone say, oh, you see that guy down there? That's Tabin. I bet he's been in the ring for quite some time. He's just he always gets out. My money's on him. So
Wait. Who was that one?
Run this thing.
man in the blue seems to be called Tabin, and he is also a crowd favorite.
Okay, y'all.
Match
So
the description we had of him.
Dark-skinned man, scruffy, patchy beard. From what you see as all 3 men get tumbled and thrown into the ring, the end of the run, where you're all kind of still standing, you see on the opposite end a cage starting to be rattled, as eventually it looks like they are about to release a couple of Allosaurus into the ring.
I'm gonna put my money on the blue, who's AKA Tabin, the one that we gotta come get
now.
anyway.
Okay.
I'm putting 10 silver pieces on him.
Okay. 10. I got 10 silver.
On the undergut.
Tabin. You have how much?
I have 40.
Oh no, he said he was betting too.
Oh
No, I'm just thinking out loud. Never. I'm not betting right now.
Okay. So only you have 10 silver on Tabin, and he has 5 gold on the underdog, right?
Seems like the case.
Okay. So as all 3 men fall into the ring, and with time, you get a good looking at them. The crowd starts calling out, "Tabin! I got money on you!" And all of the men start to get up, dust themselves off. They're all still chained and cuffed to, handcuffed. And one of the guards throws down a ring of keys into the middle. As all of them start wrestling and fighting for the key, Tabin looks to headbutt one of them and wrestle with the other. And on the opposite side, you see an Allosaurus break out of the cage and fall into the pit. And as it does and it tumbles over, people start cheering and screaming out in applause. And the Allosaurus goes from one end and starts running towards, from 200 feet away, has covered a quarter of the distance already to the 3 prisoners. As they're wrestling for the keys, Tabin grabs the key ring and starts pulling the man with him. And as they're pulling one another, the Allosaurus starts to get closer and closer and is about half the distance to them. One of the men looks freaking out and starts grabbing at one of the keys, trying to remove it from the ring. Tabin grabs him, swings him to the ground, and starts to get him in a headlock. And as he does, he pushes the man's head into the dirt and holds him as he sees the Allosaurus still racing towards him, and everyone's screaming and cheering.
Jesus.
And as he's holding him down, eventually the Allosaurus gets just close enough, and the man is screaming, trying to get up, and then Tabin brings him up as the Allosaurus grabs onto him and starts to rip and tear the flesh from the prisoner, and Tabin then uses that as an opportunity
That's
to
my boy.
run past the Allosaurus and gain a 10-foot lead on it as it continues to eat and rip through that man. Followed by Tabin is the man in red, the underdog. He rushes forward and he's catching up to Tabin, isn't concerned about the keys, but grabs Tabin by the back of the shirt and throws him to the ground, and then starts getting a new lead on him. Now 10 feet, 15 feet, Tabin recovers and continues to run towards him. The Allosaurus eventually is hit by rocks over and over again as the crowd is trying to, poke fun at it or just mess with it. It eventually turns around and sees the two men running and screams out and starts chasing at them, both of them. Tabin is in the back, followed by and the underdog is in the front so far. You had a question?
The question: who's our paladin?
Irvin.
I am.
Okay, now, who is the one that made that cloud of fog?
Not me. That was the wizard. That's like Rel something.
Was it Arn?
It was.
It was.
It was.
Bell.
It was
Bell.
Own.
Wasn't it Bell? Bell?
No, it was Own. It was me.
Oh, Oon. Okay,
It
my
was
bad. I got you guys
me.
confused. That's what, Bell's the warlock. My bad.
Yeah.
I got you guys confused for a second. My bad.
No, because it seems like you can sort of tamper with the games or
Yeah,
with the
but-
confusion.
Nope.
No?
That'd be illegal.
Good idea.
I'm not risking going to jail for these guys.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't know what the laws are here, and they're getting out of whatever they got themselves into legally by doing
Yeah.
this. They weren't forced into doing this; they opted in.
I don't think any of us want to run this pit ourselves, so let's just let what happens happen.
Okay. I won't do nothing then.
As you guys are debating this, the Allosaurus continues to chase after them, screeching out in a very raptor-like call as it's gaining on both of them, both men running fast, barefoot through the sand. You see other pieces of clothes they're jumping on top of bones, half-eaten carcasses as they just continue running full sprint, and Tabin starts to slowly gain on the man in red, and eventually he grabs the keychain that he still has and he brings it over his head and holds it as he's running, and continues. He's 5 feet away now from the man in red and chucks it at the back of his head. It disorients him momentarily. Tabin grabs him by the back of the head and starts to drag him across and holds him and tries to pin him to the ground again, just like he did to the man before. But the man in red grabs a rock, knocks Tabin in the face with it, breaks his nose, and Tabin almost goes unconscious from the blow. As he does, the Allosaurus jumps on the only man standing and grabs onto the man in red and bites into his face as the crowd goes wild and people are calling in bets immediately. But as the raptor continues to eat at the underdog, you all notice Tabin is unconscious, and people are calling in bets, and people are like, it's not over, and people want their money. But after a couple moments, you see Tabin crawl back up as he sees the Allosaurus eating the other prisoner. He slowly tries to regain his footing and sneak past the Allosaurus. And then as he does get some distance on it, maybe 5-10 feet, he starts sprinting again as more rocks are being thrown at the creature. It eventually turns its attention back towards him, chases towards him. He's almost 20 feet, 15, 10 feet away from the rope now. He grabs onto it, starts climbing with his feet dug into the dirt wall. He keeps pulling himself up with his bloody nose, just pushing, and people are screaming and cheering. And eventually the Allosaurus does catch up to him, jump up, grabs onto him, its claws go into its back, but it falls off and gets knocked prone as you see Tabin's back is bloodied, his face is severely hurt, but he continues to now pull and drag himself up and out of the pit.
Oh shit! Well,
God, 5 gold.
I got my. I want.
Give me my money. Give me
I
my
got
money.
Tabin.
Give me my money.
I went for Tabin, didn't I?
No.
No, you were the underdog.
Yeah,
Oh, another. I
got the
thought Tabin.
underdog.
You were the 1 and 3 on the
Oh,
underdog.
on the underdog.
Yeah,
It says Tabin,
the man in
number
red.
1 red underdog.
Oh
No,
no!
you were under God.
So I put Tabin in when he won. That was when he wanted to know his name.
Oh,
So
that sucks.
sorry, the man in red was the underdog. 2 was the tan man, the calm one, and then 3 was the man in blue, which was Tabin, the crowd favorite.
Oh, okay. I straight up wanted the
No, I
There's
get.
a
Yeah.
game, so to be fair, I was going for the underdog because I didn't want to put a lot of money in and hopefully got a big reward. So
No, I get it. I get that.
I lost my. I already took out the gold when I bet, so the gold's already out of money.
No, that's okay. One of the men, the noble, one of the wealthier looking men goes, "At least you only lost 5 gold. I bet 500." And he throws a sack into the bookie's hand. "I'll be back tomorrow."
How much have we got, man?
However, for you who has bet in on Tabin, the crowd favorite, you said you put in 10 silver.
I'm putting in 10 silver, yeah.
You get back 30 silver pieces as the man goes, "Well, he was the crowd favorite, but you know, there's a reason." And he reluctantly pays you 30 silver pieces. Beginner's luck. Hope to see you tomorrow. On the other side of the executioner run, you see that there is a cleric, dark-skinned Chultan with white to brownish robes, who is tending to Tabin, and she's cleaning his wounds and also casting, for those of you aware, a minor healing spell to seal and close some of the wounds.
Was it cure wounds or was it healing word?
Yeah, it would be cure wounds.
Okay. Sure, that matters.
I walk up to him.
I'll walk up to him too, and
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him.
Wait, no. We gotta play this cool. Because we don't want him running away.
Yes.
Friend,
I don't think it's.
I know that you're very skilled, but I vote respectfully that we let the people who have training in social abilities go first for this. Why don't you and I go maybe down the corner where if he tries to run, we can catch him.
Hey, Bell. I don't know if anybody else is. Bell's microphone to me though. So I don't know if anyone else is having.
Can anybody hear me?
Mm-hmm. No, I can.
No,
hear
no.
you.
Okay.
No, Bell. Bell.
Oh.
Talking about Bell. Bell's the warlock, right? Is that?
Yeah, me.
Derpy.
Yeah, Derpy. Yeah. Okay,
Something
sounds better now.
Something
You're
about
good now.
Mike?
You got weird for a minute, but to me at least. But now you sound okay.
Self then, I guess.
Well, you all see Tabin. He's sitting on the ground, no shoes, barefoot. He's got his blue shirt now tattered. He looks very winded, sweating as the cleric is touching him on the back and casting the healing spell. He has also brought some water in a brown cup and is taking a very heavy swig, but very casually, almost even leisurely, as he's just looking down at the pit and just... And you all, some of you approach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay back and kind of head like. I assume there's only so many avenues of escape that he could take.
Right.
to try to pick the best position for me to be in to hit him off if he does.
Yeah, especially wounded, I'd imagine he's probably.
Yeah, but
Stay
on the
back.
opposite
Key
side of
components
him,
here.
there is some houses and the tree line. You could wait for him on the opposite side in case he tried to pick either direction to run.
Yeah, I'll wait
Sounds
with
good to
him
me.
just to give him some backup just in case.
Okay.
Walk up to him as well.
You should go with Irvin, my friend.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go with Evan. Oh yeah, I do have pretty good.
Do you want to take point?
I have
You can
I
take
don't
lead,
know,
my friend.
sure,
Yeah,
I guess.
think you should. I think you should. You are
Alright.
very charismatic individual.
Yeah. So let's go up to him then.
Okay. So you both, that's two of you. That's Belladur and Irvin.
Yeah.
Where's Dold?
Correct.
I was gonna go up to him and talk to him.
Okay, that's fine. So the three of you approach Tabin, and as you're approaching, you see some people come up and smack him on the back, like, next time you're gonna get yours. You know that, right? And Tabin just backhand, middle finger, right at them, and follows them like a homing beacon. Anyway, you approach. He looks up at the three of you.
Good sir. That was a magnificent race. Magnificent.
One of the most interesting races
Yes.
I've seen in my whole life.
Yes, congratulations, my friend.
You look.
He looks
Off for your race,
confused and interested.
Yeah.
To me.
Off of your race, I made quite a bit of money. How about I treat you to something to drink and something to eat?
Make
Persuasion?
is you trying to deceive him to coming back with you, or are you trying to persuade him to
He's trying to take a level of bard,
mhm.
trying to seduce him.
I ain't trying to seduce him, but like you know,
So he must have just
sometimes-
PP.
yeah.
Well,
I guess
what do
I'm
you
guessing I'm really just trying to be friendly. That's all.
Okay, so try to persuade him. So give me a persuasion check if you have it.
Is there
Or
any way-
charisma if you don't.
Is there any way to like assist him to give him advantage?
Yes. What would you like to say? What would you want to offer up into this?
Well, basically, I'll say hell. Basically, hell. Fucking, you keep finding entertainment like that, I'll give you all the drinks and food you want. Come.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would tell him, I would consider it an insult if you said no.
Okay. So, Doldir, go ahead and roll that with advantage. Okay. So, with 13, Tabin looks at the three of you. I take that offer. Okay. Nurse, thank you. I'm good. He gets up. I appreciate
When he gets
it.
up, does it look like he's limping at all?
No, he seems to be stretching out as if he just woke up for the day. And as
Healed as well.
the nurse comes over, she gives him a very stern look, and from his pocket he pulls out a gold piece, and he gives it to her. Thank you, my dear. Now, where were we? So you
Just
know
some
me,
food?
I'm Tabin. You want to offer Tabin a drink? Tabin accepts.
He talks to us in the third person. That's hilarious.
Where
Judge Tabin on his life choices.
would you like to take Tabin?
Where would you like to go, Tabin? It's gonna be on us.
And wherever you want to go, my friend. Tabin likes a party.
We are new here, so how about you make us a
Thundering Lizard, let's go.
recommendation? Yes.
Thundering Lizard, so far away.
it's
Tabin's
far. That
not
is too
so welcome in Port
Yeah.
Lanzaro right now.
Yeah.
No.
Let's go somewhere.
We could just go to the Beggar's Palace, you know?
Let's go to the biggest palace.
Alice, why not?
Tabin is always welcome at the Beggar's Palace. Okay,
He
let's
always
go,
be-
my friends. And
He always be
And in 5 or so minutes, you guys find yourselves moving into the ziggurat, almost like some sort of Mayan ritual where they just murder people. This place looks like it's built for the gods. And by the time you get in, it looks like a very poor apartment building built in medieval times. There's multiple layers and levels of people living in these apartment-sized rooms, and people leaning over balconies with laundry and not mattresses. That would be interesting. Carpets and rugs, and they're cleaning them. And within the first level of this place, there is a wide open gathering, almost food soup kitchen style, where people are being fed and given drinks, soup, bread, and Tabin goes, "We are not beggars." Okay, Tabin is royalty here. They keep the good stuff in the back. And he eventually brings you guys to a
Real
table.
quick, I'm gonna make this a thing. Every time he says his name, I'm just gonna chuckle just a little bit. As a kid.
So I'm gonna be like,
There's something
when
from
he laughs, I'm gonna try to like, I'm gonna be like, try to keep a straight face and be like,
this for the comedian. I'm like,
your friend looks like he could use a drink, and since you're treating,
we can all use it.
can we take 4 red wines and the pasta, and I will also take do you have a bedroll for sale? You guys said anything. You know, Tabin is needs a lot today.
Understandable.
Yes, I'll take a bedroll, some jerky. We'll take some new clothes. Do you guys want anything?
No.
Just for him.
I think that's it for now. I think that's it. They're paying. They said it. Okay, we're going to sit here.
Questions. I'm just.
How much is that gonna cost me?
As time goes by and you guys sit down and take a seat, the price isn't brought over yet, but the wine is brought over, and one of the people goes, "That'll be a gold piece."
Ought be a god piece. What's that?
1 gold
said
for the
gold.
wine.
1 gold? Alright. Here you go.
As he's already taking a sip and drinking, he's like looking. He's pointing at both of you like, these are good people.
Question. Can I just like scan this area, see if there's like any other exit except the one we came in?
Oh, there's hundreds. There's
Okay.
there's tons of ways out.
Alright,
This is
just
a
making
wide
sure.
open soup kitchen-esque kind of place where like there's booths, there's hallways that lead upstairs and stairs that lead up, and some walkways that just lead out of the ziggurat. And you guys are at the lowest level, but you have this. You're basically in this. Yeah, you could call it maybe even like a gymnasium, because the ceiling just continues to go until it hits the peak.
Yes.
Assume Owen's still waiting outside just in case.
I assume he's been following you at a pace and preparing to cut off Tabin if he should flee.
Yes, they're taking a table. He'll take a table closer to the door by himself.
Yeah.
Basic meal, whatever that'll cost me.
while Tabin
It's-
is
it's
distracted,
free.
I lean into
All
Rasmus.
meals are free here.
I ask him, what do you think of this guy?
What does Tabin think of who?
No. While Tabin is distracted,
Oh, okay.
I ask Rasmus. Did I say your name right? Rasmus?
Rosmus is
Oh,
Owen.
Rosmus, sorry.
He's not sitting with you guys.
No,
Oh, he's not?
Everyone but him is with us. He's
Yeah.
watching in case Tabby tries to run.
It's the blessing all over again.
Yeah. Owen is not in sight from where you see. You've been.
No,
engaged
everyone,
with that.
everyone else is at the table.
Okay.
So you like Taban?
Oh yeah, Tobin. Yeah.
Lots of people like me, so they call me Taban the Great. They call me Taban the Fast. And what do you call on Taban for today?
I hear you're quite the lucky gambler. No?
As he's taking a sip, he goes, well, sometimes I'm good at running the gauntlet, and since I have a good way out, I often find myself getting in just as easily.
Would you mind sharing your secret, a bit of your wisdom with us?
Make a deception check as you try to conceal your motives from him.
Woo!
Nice.
Good job, Urban.
Well, yeah, because I totally have control over the dice.
Well, Taban is a fast man, and Taban likes to gamble every now and then, but I've been a runner for a long time. I used to run the Chulton course. That was a
okay.
thing, yes. Run through the jungle, quarter mile, and come right back.
Wow.
Yeah?
Through the jungle. I've heard it's very dangerous in there.
Yeah, please give us details.
The jungle is dangerous. What can I say?
I have a
He
question.
continues to, he's like fingering over like more food to be brought over as he's just pulling apart bread and scarfing down food and dipping it into the meat sauce and listening to you all. Very engaged in looking at you, but more using his body to just consume everything.
So how long you been in Chult?
You know, my whole life.
Oh, so you grew up here. That's actually
Taban's
Like,
been
what was,
here
like-
since he was
a little lad.
he was a little Taban. You know, Taban has seen many things.
Bob Dole approves of this message.
Taban
For real.
said that Taban's gonna one day become a merchant prince himself. You know, call me Taban.
Wow, that's.
That's amazing.
I can't think of anything better to befit you.
As you continue to eat and consume like this rough stale bread and
Maybe
starts washing
you
it
could
down.
give us some pointers on gambling and how not to get in over your head and owe other people money.
Yeah. Like, what's the best places to gamble and make a good profit?
as he's chewing on the bread and thinking to
This
himself,
man eats another cracker. I swear to God. I'm joking.
as Taban looks to be taking a break, looking to the top right of his vision, looking up into maybe his mind, he's just thinking. Taban likes dinosaur races.
Wait, what do you say? Tabin makes what? He makes dinosaur races?
Like
Dinosaurs.
Taban
Okay.
likes dinosaur races because sometimes you can manipulate it. Sometimes you can get inside information. You hear whispers of fixed races, and you just bet on the same race and find yourself up more often than not. But sometimes Taban is a bit too greedy.
Like, where about the fixed races? I'm talking here.
Like, Joe.
Taban once heard a whisper when he was walking down an alley that a certain upcomer was on a certain, performance enhancement, and Taban thought he was going to win. And so did they. We were both wrong, but I think I put too much faith in this rumor. So, yes.
I think that might be a lesson. There might be a lesson that'll be learned there.
Do you know who sells this information?
Make a deception check after a few more minutes pass, and you try to continue to gain information from him, but at the same time trying to guise your real intentions.
Yeah, I want to.
Deception.
You want to what?
I was gonna say I'm gonna try to assist him because I'll tell Tom. Yeah, because we're thinking about gambling some upcoming races, and we just want to know who's giving us this raw information just to cheat us out of our money.
So with advantage, right?
Yes.
Derpy.
Lord.
You're awesome. You're so good. For being new at D&D, I'm actually pretty impressed. You're pretty good.
So you do between you, the both of you talking with one another and trying to bring out some deception. Tabin looks at the three of you and he goes, "Why are you in Port Nanzaro?"
Can I bribe him with 2 silver pieces?
What?
What are you gonna try and bribe him for? We're trying to get money out of him.
Yeah, like we're gonna freaking we're not gonna get any profit after this.
I mean, it's the money I made off the thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So
you're
just gonna bring 2 silver out, and
I'll bring 2 silver out. It's like, these are just for you, but I really just like to know just the informant, because I could probably make us both rich.
he looks at you and
That's silver.
as he looks into your eyes for the first time, you see an alertness come to Tabin, and I need you to make a deception check one more time.
With no advantage this time. Let's go.
No, I don't think I can help you, bro.
I don't think I can help you when you try to bribe the guy.
You're fucking trying to be like so brazen with that shit.
Dang, hey.
Hold on, give me just 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, take your time. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think this guy has the money to pay his debt.
I really don't think so either. We can see what happens though. Because if really what I'm trying to do is
I'm trying to get information out of him.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more information, because if this dude has been living in Chult his whole life, he knows how some of this stuff actually works, and we can use that to have
I can here, but I can't help
you. Just flip on him.
I don't know if I can help you when you try to bribe the guy.
I mean, I'm just trying to just bribe him to come on, just give me some information.
You get it? It's a strategy. I don't think it's gonna work out well enough.
I was hoping it was gonna roll higher than that.
Yeah.
At least 14 to 15 was my thing.
No. You're slowly getting lower and lower at these walls here.
Yeah, I am. Most definitely.
And back.
Welcome back.
Okay, thank you. Man, that steak looks good, huh? We're making.
I hate you.
Dude, we got this freaking amazing smoker / grill, and tonight we're making whole chickens, 2 of them.
All right, sorry about that.
We don't have that kind of stuff. I'm at my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
You asshole! I got a crock pot.
This
pressure cookers are good too, man.
Yeah.
The smoker where we cooked a whole pig once. Took like
Oh,
all day,
that's
but it was so fucking good when it came out after my whole day of cooking.
Yeah, man. I got a smoker about a month ago. I've been cooking shoulder, brisket, steaks. I've been going to ham. Man.
So is
With us.
Doldy
When
here?
we're back.
What'd you say?
Is Doldy here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Once here, I think.
All right. So as you bring that up and you place the gold, two silver pieces on the table, Tabin goes, Tabin is not above having a patron. If the price is right. And he goes to reach for the 2 silver pieces.
Oh wow, it actually works.
And then flips the table.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And
Okay, never
starts
mind.
running the opposite way.
Dang
into
Let's chase.
Owen, who is sitting on the opposite table.
Okay. He comes to me and he's making a break for it.
Yes, you see as
I
he
try
flips
to
the
trip
table,
him
runs-
Do I
the
get an
staff.
opportunity attack on that? 'Cause
Okay.
Are we close to each other?
Oh, as soon as he flips the table's on both of you. One of you may be able to catch it, but all 3 of you are basically encumbered as soon as it hits you. It's sudden, it's quick, and he starts running, so it's quick, instant. As he starts getting a decent lead, about 10 feet, he runs into the table that Owen's at, and Owen, make me an attack with your staff as you try to trip him.
Okay.
I would say with advantage because you've been waiting for this.
It's probably not going to go well. Oh!
Nice.
Hey.
19, that's good.
Okay. As he starts running, Tabin the Great, though he is a famous Allosaurus dodger, you slap him across the shin and get him to fall down into the ground, face first into the dirt. And as he doesn't gain much more momentum before all of you have already caught up to him and have surrounded him.
I suggest you pay your debts, or you will have a.
I'll go up to him and be like, look, buddy, we don't want things to be like this, but I can guarantee you just pay up your debt, all is forgiven. You can even continue gambling. No problems from here after on. Just pay your debt and we'll be on our way.
I'm going to look around the room while they're talking. What's kind of the scene look like now? Just the tone of the environment here.
Other people do raise their heads at this, but those who do eventually just very nonchalantly bring their heads back to their bowls of soup, food, and drunken stupor. They don't seem to care.
Okay. So no one's like summoning the guards or anything like
No.
that.
Nah.
Not in the beggar's palace.
Got it.
So, as you guys bring
Who
up your
said that?
proposals
It got all
to
weird.
Taban, is there some kind of deal Taban can make for you?
Just pay your debt, my friend.
Yeah, the deal is you could give us the 500 gold you owe, and then we'll be on our way.
500! Oh, come on!
That's what you owe. That's what you should pay. You can always pay more if you like.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the tips.
Tips.
We were
Okay,
very nice to
okay.
you and paid your meal.
Okay, that's true. Okay. Taban did, as always, bet on himself. So, my winnings should come up to about that amount. But come on, leave me something.
I don't hear it.
Let's get your winnings, and then we'll discuss this further.
Okay. Okay, you guys eventually grab Tabin, brings you to the bookies. How much he was supposed to win for that was 470 gold pieces. The day the gold is brought to you, it's given as they're trying to hand it to Tabin, one of you no and grabs the gold.
Wait, 470? That's all you got?
You still owe 30.
Come on, I don't have.
You're short.
I don't
Alright,
have.
inside.
Come on. I'll make
Okay.
it simple. You have until the end of the day to get 30 more gold, or things are going to take a very dark turn for you.
Yeah, but you can make an insight while he's talking to him if you want.
Okay.
Tabin is many things, and a liar seems to be one of them.
Yeah. Please don't make things get ugly. I'd rather keep things civil.
We don't want to get things. We just want to be on our way, so just give what you owe us,
Okay.
and we'll be out of your hair.
Okay, Taban is Taban will pay. Fine. He puts his hand down his pants.
Wow. Dick
and,
money.
And in pursuit of his coin purse, pulls out a coin purse. And brings out a little leather coin purse, and he pours out the pieces and starts to count them out. 1, 14, 31.
Thank you.
Eh. He takes
I
one
did it.
gold piece for himself,
I'll have 500.
drops it into the coin purse, and returns it to his nether regions.
So we now have the 500 gold you owed.
That was
Your debt
500.
is- Yes, I'm saying your debt will be
What is
forgiven,
running about?
and you
Okay.
can come and gamble again.
Okay,
And then
okay.
everything else, put it
Your
on his
company
tab.
was
What?
very insightful.
Can I go now?
We have 500,
course.
so we can let him
Yeah.
go.
It was
Can I-
okay meeting you.
Nah, pleasure doing.
Wish the conditions could have been better, bud.
I'm glad
like-
you won.
I like Tobin.
I'm glad.
I like how he talks about himself in third person.
Yeah.
Me too.
Third person.
As
I'm gonna nickname him that. Third.
As you guys are as he's walking away, and you all like take your last looks at Tobin, a middle finger comes up from the crowd, and he
Honestly, we should have expected that.
disappears back into the beggar's palace. So it's maybe about 2 to 2:30 in the afternoon. What else would you guys like to do?
We should
Head
just go
back.
back to
Yeah, just head back.
Laho and get our money, and then see what we decide from there.
Okay, cool.
See if we can get another quick job.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So with 500 gold in tow, you guys do head back to towards the dry dock to complete the mission. With that, we're gonna take a quick break, 5 to 8 minutes, and then we'll be right back to continue. All right. Let's jump back into it. So you guys are already headed back from your time in the old city, and making your way back to the dry dock where your contract
Employer.
with Kalahu is waiting. You meet her as you see people are cheering the winners of the dinosaur races, and you see that it appears to be an upset, as the favored Allosaurus King, the champion, was actually beaten today by a Triceratops who this was his first race ever, and Triceratops aren't known for being faster, so it is.
I should have bet in that race because I was going for the under, and that would have been perfect. Damn
Yeah.
it, Jim.
It was definitely an uproar as bottles are popping and people are screaming and confetti's going everywhere. and he's riding the blue spotted triceratops that you saw before. This young Chultan rider is just getting everything right now. But you meet Klahu, and she's gathering the winnings and collecting from debts, and sees you all and is very happy, and she turns to you. My friends, good, you returned so fast.
We are efficient. At least we try to be.
That is good. So, how did it go?
Yeah, it went well overall.
Good. So, do you have the payment?
We do.
Okay. So I would say, for doing such a good job today, especially after such a good day for me, I decided, why not? You can take another 50 gold for yourself for just
thank you.
for everything.
Very
So
kind of you.
I'll take back the 400 and.
Very kind of you. We thank you.
Okay, good. So,
Any other work? Anything else you would need?
wow, you're trying to sweep me off my feet, and I just met you. I don't have.
Well, we are ambitious.
She looks
and
over
trying
at Doldir, who's just got a face of. Looks like the Russian in all the movies that doesn't speak the language, but it says a lot with just his face. She looks partially interested.
Oh, snap.
And goes, I don't have any work right now, but maybe tomorrow. The races are people are still paying off. There are some people who seem to be dodging me, but they have time.
Well, we are saying at the Thunder Lizard Inn, if you have any further requirements of us, please send us a letter.
Of course. So yeah, but thank you for everything so far. Let Oda know I'm very pleased with everything, and I'll probably be able to compensate him later if he's not too busy.
We will pass that on.
Okay. So yes, thank you for everything. I'll see you around. Thank you. And you all hear as she parts into the crowd, just more applause. And people running around wild, and now dinosaurs moving about the street as things are brought back, pushed into to places. Some merchants are reopening, other people are reestablishing, maybe their canvas paintings or their medieval Etsy store. So, what would you all like to do?
I would like to first determine who physically has that gold. Because
Yes.
if nobody stops Owen, he's going to try to take it.
Didn't we discuss like last week discussing who would be the leader? Didn't we figure that out?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I think that was something we were going to figure out like today or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, who will be responsible for holding the party gold?
I mean, Owen
I
already has it.
already am.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's just leave it to Owen. Let's not change stuff.
It just saves him the effort of having to steal it then.
Yeah.
I would like to insight check Owen.
Go ahead.
He got a 16.
Nice. Feel free to impart anything you wish.
He appears to be genuinely just trying to keep track of like party funds. Not for himself, but to make sure that we have a successful venture.
Yeah. There's a difference between everyone having
He's the-
individual gold and the party having a pool that they can rely on when.
He's a very honest individual.
Yeah, I trust him.
But yeah, I was gonna say, we could either look for another job or. Oh, I know you said you wanted to check out this temple. We can go check that out if you want. It's
Yeah.
not too
What
late.
time of day is
I
it?
wanna-
Why don't we think about turning in and maybe having an early day tomorrow?
But yeah, what time is it?
It's still early in the afternoon. It's maybe about 3:30.
Okay.
So,
Um,
Time up, my
what do you
friend.
guys think? Look for a job or go to that place?
How much did we make? We made how much again?
How
I made 100 gold.
guides again?
Hmm?
How much were the guides? Like 150 up front. Is that right?
A lot of them with 5 coins, a 30-day premium, so 150 will get any guide.
All right. So why don't we do this? Each of us get 10 gold. 10 gold goes to party funds. 50 gold goes towards a guide.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'll take that.
10 gold to mine.
Well, I would say party fund should go to the guide personally.
Yeah, I thought the party. I thought the party was specifically.
It is, but I'm specifically making sure that I keep track that hey, this is for the guide. So we don't like spend party funds on like magic items and then realize.
Yeah, I mean if that's how. Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. I'm not gonna argue that.
So it should be called tour guide fund.
So we add 10 gold to our personal.
Yeah,
you each get 10 gold, and that covers whatever expenses you wanted to spend towards like quest achievements. Like we put bribery down, so you got some of that money back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time 5 will be better this time.
So
anyway, so yeah, you guys think we should get another job or what?
I think that we should find out about jobs.
Definitely should look into more jobs, and we should try to get more information overall.
Probably a good idea
about what we're getting into.
Yeah.
So, there's a few places you guys could go. You could talk with. You can go back to the Thundering Lizard and have the innkeeper bring you some information, Orin. You can pay for information. About 5 gold would get you some conversations with probably more honest people, or you can take some time and gather rumors. That's free. It takes a bit of time for you guys to just take maybe.
I'll pay 5 gold.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. I'm willing to pay that personally, but if you want to take it from the party funds, that would be awesome as well.
We'll do that from party funds since it's for work for everybody, right?
Okay.
Well, I'd also like to point out, I remember we need to get a guide, but also, shouldn't we? I remember someone saying that we need to get like pesticides or something for like all the bugs that carry diseases in the.
So we do need to buy. We do need to buy insect repellent.
While we're in town, I'm going to say that's maybe something we should take out of our own pockets.
Okay.
And then we'll get some to go as part of like our supplies for a venture.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm okay with that.
I'm actually going to ask the innkeeper, like, hey, you don't actually happen to sell
supplies like insect repellent?
So
insect repellent.
So you all do return to the Red Bazaar, eventually, casually, hearing rumors and finding your way back. But you make it to the Thundering Lizard and give Orin the information of what you've been up to briefly. And do ask him if he does have insect repellent. Let's see. So, yeah, we have in Port Anzaro we have a few things. We have blocks of incense. They'll sell for about a silver piece each. You kind of light it, burns for about 8 hours, and repels, normal insects within about, just spitballing, maybe about 20-foot radius.
Okay.
And then you also got the gourds and the vials of salve and salvia, whatever you want to call it. They sell for a bit higher. It's about 1 gold piece, but there's about 20 applications, and they're pretty odorless. But you kind of have to rub them all over your body. But they do last long. They're waterproof. I think.
I like that. I'm personally voting for that, guys. I'd rather spend that extra money, make sure it's durable and quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you said that's for sale here?
Vote? All in favor?
So mostly I could sell you some of my supply, but most of it comes through the Merchant Prince Quathi. They really, the Merchant Princes kind of have their own monopoly on certain things. So,
wasn't that the Merchant Prince that our patron was going to talk to? Or was that a different one?
He was a Merchant Prince, but we don't know which one. We have to remember the name.
Yeah.
I actually have the name written down. Let me see. I remember the name.
Yeah, me too.
It's like an M or something.
Temu? Temu?
Itemo.
Otamu.
Yeah.
It's Otamu.
Yeah.
He's the merchant prince of trade.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Wakango Otamu. Yeah.
Wakango Otamu.
Yeah, he's actually they're all very rich, but he's got his own monopoly on the magic items. So if you got a friend that knows Wakanga, it's gonna be a pretty good friend in your corner if you play your cards right.
I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I feel like we should try to gather as much coin as we can for supplies and equipment.
We're ready to actually go out. We can just buy the stuff we need.
Yeah, we just save the gold.
Because
and it supplies
once we
on a
get to the
later day.
jungle, it seems like there won't be many chances, if any chances.
I say we should gather up money and then buy supplies just like the day before, different day, so we don't have to worry about running out of money.
After about maybe 30 minutes talking with the tavern keep, and you're all sitting there and conversing, you're getting light drinks brought to you, and you're conversing with Oren. Eventually, a young kid, Chulton, walks in and goes, "Are you friends of Sildred Sylvain?"
That's us.
Yeah.
That's us. Yes.
And he passes over a piece of parchment, sealed.
I'll read it.
Bringing it open, it's sealed, and you remove, tear apart the wax seal, and it is a summons from Wakanga Otamu, who is friends with Sindra Sylvain, and it reads that he would like to host the group of you tonight at his villa within the merchant ward at around 6 to 7 o'clock, and bring all of you are welcome to stay the night if you so wish, and he will provide food, dinner, drinks, and talk about and get to know each other.
Anne, come grab my phone, please.
All right. I'll write a letter back and hand it to the individual. Can you return this for us? I'll gladly pay a reasonable fee.
Yeah.
We are going, right, guys?
I'm
down to go. Yeah.
It seems pretty important.
Okay. He sends a polite letter to let them know that we will be there.
Okay. As you get that taken care of, after you get that taken care of, Oren says, "Well, if you guys are going over to head with Wakanga, I'd suggest at least getting cleaned up before you go. I don't know how friendly you guys are with him, but
I agree.
I think you might want to."
Do you have a bathhouse or?
Yeah, there's a communal bathhouse. It's pretty nice. It's just south of the Red Bazaar. You just follow the outer wall, and you'll find it eventually. It's one of the most common places. There's also spas there, adjacent. So it's also free.
I'll head to my room before we go, guys, and I'll meet you at the door. I just wanted to leave some stuff here. It's a little heavy for me. I don't really feel like carrying it around,
Would prestidigitation help just clean me up? No, would that no?
Would what?
Prestidigitation would. That's pretty much what it's for.
Yeah, prestidigitation does do a lot of magical effects that we would consider today as, magic. In their world is minor magic feats. Like if you wanted to remove a smell from you, clean yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you do that in front of everybody, or do you do that in private?
I mean, it's less than 6 seconds to just do.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to really see himself.
Would you mind using that?
I mean, I have a range of 10 feet. I could just do it for. It's a cantrip, so I could just do it for everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay. So after a couple easy minutes casting the spell, you're all you feel a warm breeze taking over you, and you hear crazy ladies outside walking the streets.
I'll go ahead and apply 1 charge of that salve too, by the way.
Which stat? The
insect, the
okay.
20 charge one, the gold.
So yeah, he will offer you the 20 application salve. It is basically, you have to rub it across your whole body. It lasts for 24 hours. It is odorless, but for those of you who aren't accustomed to you, it may feel a bit uncomfortable after the first few during the first few times of applying it. So do mark that for everyone in the group if you are going to use that.
I paid for it from my personal.
Oh, okay.
Did I miss something?
How much was it?
Yeah, how much is he selling it?
He was offering to give you guys 1 for free.
Oh.
Well, how much for more?
So that's about a gold piece each.
Yeah. So we've got 1 extra, and then I bought my own.
Yeah. So he bought 1 for his, and then there's a party communal one that you guys have been given for free.
Okay, and then I'll buy 1 as well. It's a gold piece.
Yes, 1 gold piece for 20.
Can I ask him if we buy in bulk, is there any kind of discount?
I don't really have more. I have the one I gave you, and I could sell you 1 more, but the rest are kind of for me and my personal use.
Okay.
You might want to get more, in the merch.
Do you recommend a dealer or a place to buy more?
Anyone really selling it, you'll get a good deal, to be honest. Maybe looking the way you do, you might get pushed up in price, maybe a couple, but I don't really think so. I would check south here, the Market Ward, or on your way to Wakanga. There's plenty of places. So, what would you all like to do with the last your preparatory time before you make it to Wakanga's villa?
Well, we cleaned up and we bought that. How much time is left?
You guys got about half an hour before you're due there.
I mean, I don't really know if there's anything else we could really do in that much time that would be very useful.
I specifically leave at least 1 silver coin open in the room that I'm staying in.
To tidy the room, or to see if somebody's
just to see if somebody takes it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Very clever, my friend. Very clever.
We were people are not above thieving here.
I do the same thing for our room. I'll leave 1 silver piece behind.
Okay. A silver each is left in the rooms. You all gather yourselves, do the best to clean yourselves up, and make your way back as light is beginning to fade from Port Anzaru. What was a nice, vibrant heat has turned into an orange hue across the skyline. You do still feel the friendliness of people as they smile as you pass by, some ignoring you just out of being busy or going on with their days. No one obscenely rude. There are occasional fights that break out between people, but they are stopped eventually by guards or other people. You can also see people bringing in stuff that they were selling, and nice large canvases of paintings of the race today are being sold, of a triceratops horns just beating the Allosaurus.
You know what? I would like to buy 1 of those.
Okay.
Owen just looks at him.
You see this elderly lady carrying them in as you approach.
Hello, ma'am. I would like to buy 1 of your canvases.
Oh, thank you. Are you a fan of?
No, I just thought your actual painting skills were actually really good.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is about. I could give this one up for maybe 10 gold pieces, if you're willing.
10 gold pieces. Would you do it for 7?
I could do it for 7.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. And she hands over this pretty sizable body-sized canvas of the.
It's probably like my whole body, right?
It's about. You got your arms extended like a little kid with a Christmas present, following everyone behind as you're now taking up the rear. But it is a beautiful painting, and probably could be resold for a higher value to the right person. But additionally, it does look very well done and is very abstract. So, making your way to the northern side.
Way downtown.
I want to ask.
I'm sorry.
Are you carrying that over as like a gift to this guy to make it good for special? Or are you just gonna carry that and then take it up back with us afterwards?
I'm gonna take it back with us because, like, this is gonna be our base of operations. Might as well decorate it a little bit. And I thought the painting looked nice.
I think so too.
Nice painting.
So as you all continue your approach and you see the orange hue across the horizon and at the harbor ward, you can hear the sound of ships and water, wood creaking, and ship hands calling out orders. You see a boxy stone temple to your left, kind of overlooking the harbor ward. You had seen this before, but as you approach, one of you asks about it briefly, and you hear that it is a temple of Gond, and it looms over these docks. It seems to be popular among Port Nianzaro artisans, craftspeople, smiths, ivory carvers, and hydro engineers. Where most such temples have a forge as its centerpiece. This one features apparently an immense fountain whose water jets shift continually to create amazing shapes. So you eventually, when walking past it, hear a massive build-up, almost of a tremble, and then hear a water geyser, but you can't see from the exterior what it is, but it sounds like a water geyser just being sprayed out from the ground. And that would be, for a little bit more context, right there.
Okay, there. It's almost like you said. It's almost like it's not a fountain, but like a geyser.
Right. It's a man-created geyser, apparently, through their own engineering. You can't technically see it from the outside, but you can hear it.
That's dope.
So eventually you make it to these steps that twist into this secluded area, which is this, what you're all looking at over here, this cut-off suburban area of Chult, for the merchant princes. And only the merchant princes are allowed here. And you see that there are...
Do we get stopped by anyone?
Yes, you get stopped by 2 guards who are standing there, and 2 more come from behind them as they await you approaching.
I'm gonna out the ladder to show them.
Okay.
What did it say again? I didn't hear him.
I'm gonna take the ladder out to show them basically our invite to the place.
Oh, okay.
At first I thought you said I'm gonna take out the letter and kill them. I'm like, wait, what?
That's
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him with a letter. That's how I do
Take out the letter and kill
Like,
them.
woo, that is one serious paper cut.
That's
bro.
spicy, motherfucker. That's spicy. Holy shit.
I watched enough Naruto to know that's possible.
Yeah, that's by paper cut. Hit that carotid artery, you're good.
Yeah. So you, Bellador, you present your letter to one of the guards, who opens it up, starts reading it, passes it to the second guard. He looks at it, closes it, passes it back to you all, Bellador, and nudges his head and urges you that you may pass. As you all get a moment, escort them to Wakanga, his guests. So, the 2 guards from behind take you to Wakanga's villa, And what you see is basically a residence of beautifully plastered walls that bend around, some of them in orange and blue and green, and all of them well built. You see they have patios and fresh flower gardens, courtyards, and trees full of green that just cover and aesthetically increase the attractiveness of maybe living here. It doesn't make you feel that Port Nizaru is poor, but while walking through these past these homes, you feel a sense of royalty or wealth beyond meager means. So when you eventually are brought to Wakanga's villa, he has a very large garden that wraps around his home, and at the head of it, two stone lanterns that light up. From what you've experienced in maybe Waterdeep, these do seem to be enchanted with magic to give off light.
Oh wow!
It's so bright here.
Yes, sir. One moment. Why don't I bring you guys to... Wait, hold on. Where is he? One moment. Let's see. We have... Okay. And I also need one more thing. My apologies.
No, take your time. I don't go to work tomorrow either, so I'm off today and tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice, man. What do you do?
I work at Jiffy Lubes. I do oil changes, change brakes, change transmission fluids, sometimes transmission pans if they need it.
Yeah. Our Sunday, Mondays, your normal days off, or does that change?
It changes from week. It changes from like week to week because we get our new schedule every Saturday. So our schedule usually goes from Sunday to Saturday.
Okay.
So like last week I also had Sunday, Monday off, and then but the week before that because we're still under like coronavirus.
Yeah.
So like last time because they were trying to keep labor down, so I had like 3 days off. So I was off Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. But since now we're actually getting government money and government aid, we go back to like our rare days off. But yet we're still not full time yet, so we're only making like 35 hours a week. It's still better than the 22 I was getting originally.
Okay, so all of you are greeted into the villa of Wakanga Otamu, a merchant prince of Wakanga. His name is Wakanga.
Welcome to Wakanda.
Wakanga, and as establishment, you're welcomed in, and he's a merchant prince of Chult and Port Nizaru. And you're brought in, and as the doors open, this beautiful double-doored mahogany entrance, you see immediately two gladiators. They are dressed not in guard attire, but like straps and loose leathers, but seem to be very well toned and wearing. Seems to be more mercenary, like swords, rounded shields, and spiked helms, and they're standing at the interior as you move in this basically lobby, and watching the door. And as you enter, the doors behind them open, and you are all greeted into the Merchant Prince's villa.
Y'all some big people.
So let me.
Oh damn.
I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more vision on your characters.
Oh, I'm so scared. I see darkness. I befriend darkness.
This is a part of the game where we're walking down a peaceful road. There's nothing
Exactly.
in sight, and the boss music starts.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Oh, what?
God, but suddenly the boss fight music starts up.
There's a magic circle in the middle.
Dolder, can you see? Can you see Dolder?
I can only see a little bit.
Okay. Who else has that issue?
I only see like part of a hallway. Like I can see like a little pool, some
Okay,
tokens.
I'll give you guys.
So that's right.
what
I
I'm-
think we're supposed
that's
to be.
pretty, yeah, that's pretty much about it.
fighting.
I'm gonna give you guys a little
Yeah.
bit more, just for this, because let's be honest, it's
Yeah,
not
nah, I
needed,
can see.
but just so you guys can see a little better.
Yeah.
That's why. Also, part of my fault. I had to zoom out some more.
Yeah, that was the problem. I was just like not zoomed out far enough.
All right, so I gave you guys a little bit more vision so you can see cleaner. It is a well-lit establishment, but as you go through, I'll give you some things about his villa. So, Wakanga's villa is lit with what you can see as continual flame spells, Owen. He seems to be an enchanter of sorts, and you see that there is music playing in a different room that is kind of piercing through everywhere. But additionally, you're getting some vibes as when you walk further in and see the room to your right and to your left, one of the doors does to your demeanor at this point, seeing what's magic and what's not. You see that some of these doors also seem to be locked with a very tint hue to them. Maybe not known immediately to you, but definitely a lot of this house and a lot of what Congo represents is arcane based.
Okay.
You also see that there are scattered about the house and the walls. You see dual scimitars every now and then laid and engraved into the wall. It could be picked up and used at a moment's notice, but do also seem to be part of the decorum. And at the other end of what is a pool, within the middle of this welcoming area, you see Sindra Sylvain masked and looking regal in her auburn robes. Standing next to her is a dark-skinned Chultan with a yellow sash wrapped around his head into this hat, and he's got a beard that has braids of 4 points to it, 2 on each side. He has gold earrings in each ear, 2 studs, and 1 very small loop, and he looks at all of you. Welcome to my villa. I see that you are all friends of Sindra Sylvain, and I appreciate everything that you have done for her so far, getting her here. Dinner is moments away.
Oh, dinner?
Would you?
Oh, that's too kind, sir.
Oh, it is nothing for old friends. Could you do me the favor of, would you like to sit here? We can wait, we can sit in the side chamber, or we can go something more comfortable. I have a sauna.
Well, I have one question. Is there a place where I can put this painting down?
Of course. I see that you are a lover of the fine arts.
Well, I wouldn't say a lover of the fine arts. We were just walking down.
Oh my goodness, was that done today?
Yes, it was. It was done today.
Oh my, can I please?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
He comes over. You see that he's wearing yellowish to gold robes, and he has a nice, genuine smile as he brings up the canvas. Oh, this is nice. How much do you want for it?
I guess I'm not really sure. How much would you want to pay for it?
I'll give you 50 gold.
You know what, sir? You have a deal.
Okay. Wow, this is so beautiful. This was the one he won today. You know, I didn't make a bet today, but I assure you, if I did, I would have lost a lot of money.
Oh yeah, because we heard a lot about that. Speaking of which, what's usually some of the favorite dinosaur riders or racers, I should say?
He gives a berth to you all to enter more into the chamber, and Wakanga was over here when he brought that up, but then ushers you over. Please come to sit with us. Syndra, come. You must be tired. So he offers you to come over to this area where there's this long carpet on the ground, and he offers you all a seat on either the pillows or the rug, whatever. Everything's good.
I'm a sit
I'm
right,
taking a
right here.
pillow.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the rug. I'm not that far off the ground anyway, so.
Okay. Irvin, Owen.
Yeah, sure, I'll follow.
Take a seat too, of course. Probably somewhere where you wouldn't have to sit on the ground, though.
Yeah,
little
if
older.
There's plenty of pillows aside from the ones that are shown on the. So you can grab
map.
any. Yeah.
I'm just more comfortable on the floor, with sitting cross-legged.
So you are new, right? To the.
Yes.
Yes.
We are very new.
And I must say that so far I have had a lovely time on this island.
Oh, thank you. I've grown up in Chult my whole life, and I do my best to raise it with myself. So you were talking about the races. As tea is brought over and you guys talk about it, he brings up a lot of your answers. He talks about the different dinosaurs and the racers. You have Big Honker, you have Ooptow's favorite, you have Banana Candy, Bone Crusher, Grung Stomper, Scarback, Nasty Boy, Jungle Princess, and Mountain Thunder. You have tons of these different dinosaurs, racers, teams, and
the dinosaurs. I thought they were porn stars. My bad.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of different dinosaur teams that come through here and have been established for a long time, and some carry on the name of some of their dinosaurs and onto the next one that passes. So, but with time, he explains that you guys have tea, and eventually, do you guys have any questions for dinner?
I'm good.
So you guys talk about the dinosaur races. He talks about Chult. He talks about some things, and you guys have dinner. And he gives you some information throughout the entirety of the night. I'll sum up a lot of it. Okay.
Sounds good.
So, Port Nianzaro has recently been established as its own, sovereignty. Its own, it answers to itself. It has its own government, being the Merchant Princes. It was once not technically a vassal, but under Amen, which is across the sea, south of Waterdeep. But since then, the Merchant Princes, their wealth, of all of them combined, they are considered some of the wealthiest collectives in the world. Mainly because they control and monopolize just about everything. Wakanga, he monopolizes the trade of magic items, and there are other merchant princes that monopolize the creation of weapons, and they do meet in the middle at times to help each other. You bring the weapons, Wakanga enchants them or has his wizards and enchanters do that, and as long as everyone's getting their own cut, Port Nyanzaru thrives as a whole. They do have a decent standing military, but their strength comes in their capacity to protect themselves from the sea. Having a creature like Armig protecting their borders kinds of make it almost impossible to venture in. Port Nyanzaru has also been established as the only settlement within Chult because all major cities that once sprout out from the jungles have been overtaken or absolutely destroyed. The most notable thing, most notable city was called Mesro. Mesro was a city that, to most people and even in the outside world, as he explains, was a vision of the future. It had such technological advances in not just arcane, but in technology, and even, he explains, the Temple of Grand that you walked past shares the technology that Mesro once founded. But Mesro was all but obliterated when a warlord known as Rasnisi turned on Mesro. He was once a powerful general within their ranks and turned on them and became a necromancer of sorts and created a massive, almost unlimited undead army to attack Mesro and all of the cities within Chult.
What was his name? Rasnisi?
Rasnisi. R-A-S-N-S-I. Rasnisi.
Gesundheit.
Oh.
He explains that Rasnisi had a massive undead army that he created to destroy Mesro and succeeded in doing so. Or the rumors say, regardless, it was his last big venture because Rasnisi was slain and killed during the final battle of the conquering of Mesro. The downside, Rasnisi being killed and defeated, scattered his undead legions across the entirety of the country, the island of Chult. Them aimlessly running around, infecting, polluting, and destroying other cities in their warpath. And eventually, Rasnisi's legend is what he left behind, and it is basically he who caused Chult to be such a dangerous place. If Chult was not already one of the most difficult places to adventure in before, dealing with undead zombies, wraiths, banshees, and mixtures of polluted swampland. It has been a stain on the island and probably will be for hundreds, if not longer, hundreds of years. He continues to...
Sounds like we certainly have our work cut out for us.
Yes, we sure do. It seems that way.
Yeah, you do. As he continues to explain actually the dangers of the jungles and the outlying things of the poisonous mushrooms that make up a majority of the fungus that is in the jungle. It is actually used for a lot of purposes, including medicinal. But you would need a lot of experience to figure out what is good to eat and what isn't. You have, aside from hordes of zombies and undead that roam, there were many traps that were used to halt and slow down the movement of these creatures and their armies. They used to be actually herded to different sects of the jungle to make other places more habitable. But no one knew the vastness of the creatures and their potential to carry their infection to things, and they started to feed on creatures, and those creatures who did not die were brought back as undead versions of themselves. So undead dinosaurs are a very big threat. Additionally, there has been little to no success in being able to map the island itself, as even if you could survive moving further and further out, it's hard to gauge where you were if you've been running a different direction to protect yourself from being discovered or killed. There has been some success for a lot of the guides that you guys bring up eventually, and he does pick through the names, and agrees that every single name that you have are people he thinks are capable of being a guide, and only a couple he doesn't know too much about, but of the lot he thinks that anyone that is in the Harbor Master's guide board is worth investing in, and he does 100% say that you cannot leave without out one. And at the end of it, he even offers to pay up front the cost for a guide.
Whoa.
So, continuing the conversations.
One question that I thought of. So there's a death curse here, and does this death curse affect the undead? Like, since they came back from the dead, will they be slowly dying as well?
Not to my knowledge. I have seen the undead firsthand about a week ago, and they did not seem to be halted by the death curse. They seem to be as raucous as ever.
I was just hoping we might get lucky and some of them would die off so we didn't have to fight them.
No, the island has a life of its own, and it seems to be a wild and dangerous one. One that we hope to fix if Port Nanzaro is to eventually become more than just the port town. So, continuing, he explains that Syndra and himself have talked a little bit about what needs to happen, and he breaks it down into a few things. First, we are going to need to find more information on the death curse. I recommend going to this temple of Savras, just to the north of here, and speaking to the high priest. He's an old friend, and he will give you a lot of information. And I hope that it is something we can use to figure out where it is you even have to go. There's nothing like wandering aimlessly in the jungle with no direction. Second, you all will need to push yourselves to a way where you can prove that you can survive in the jungles. I would recommend maybe partaking in some training here, or maybe in the gladiator arena. It would give you some coin, but at the same time, it gives you all a chance. As I've heard, you have not worked often with each other. It gives you a chance to figure out how you all do in such a endeavor. Third, I would think that it's important that you figure out everything you need to purchase before leaving. I recommend a canoe, repellents, camping equipment, extra weapons in case you lose yours or something happens you don't know. I would recommend also in that list you're going to need some things that I can help with, but though Syndra is a friend, I will not let the tab go on an empty check. So I will give you discounts on my magic items. I sell not just magic weapons, but I have magic items that you can procure, and especially healing potions. Personal favorites of us back in the day. He elbows Sindra. So,
How much for such items?
I don't know until you figure out what you'll need, but I would recommend that you invest definitely in healing potions at least, or unless one of you is a healer, maybe you could find a guide that could provide such things. So yes, information we need to know as a team. I will back Sildra Savane's patronage of you to an extent. You will have free reign anywhere you go within Port Nanzaro. I will give you my personal seal. That seal will also give you discounts.
Really?
It will give you discounts within my shops. So I have a magic shop that you can go to maybe tomorrow morning, and you can find what you would like. And let me know what the tab is, and we can negotiate something. Additionally, I will reiterate, you need more information on the Death Curse. You need to bolster your resolve, maybe go on an expedition within the jungle, somewhere safer that you could go to, get a layout, and then safely return, hopefully. And then third of all, make that list of things you will need, and I think that is a great place for us to start. Unless there's something I can help you with now, or you have questions I can answer, I'm here to help.
I do have a question, because it seems like this area of the city is difficult to get into. That seal that you gave us, that'll let us be able to come back to see you if we have further need to discuss things, or...
Yes, that will help you get in here without needing any parchment from me. It does have limits. You will not be allowed to go into the throne of Port Nanzaro. We do have our own. You could ask for an audience, but there are limits, but not many. Just don't abuse it. I'm doing this on good faith.
Of course.
Of course. Would never think of using such power.
So yes, continue. Throw me questions and anything I can, anything you might need to know, anything I can help you with.
We do have a list of guides we need to run down and kind of figure out if they're worth the coin, respectfully. Do you know anybody whether you would know or somebody else who might be able to vouch for these individuals, just to make sure we don't get scammed? I don't want to get stuck out in the middle of a jungle without a way to...
You could speak to... Let's see. Let's see. Nope, wrong one. Come on. Sorry. We got... I think this is it. Okay. So I would speak to Jabal. Jabal is a merchant prince, just like myself. He handles the hunters, trackers who all go into the jungle of Chult. It is important that you speak to him anyway, because all trade of guides must go through him. So if you are paying them, you are technically also paying him. So I can set up a meeting tomorrow morning if that is something you would like.
Maybe not tomorrow morning, because like you said, we need to get funds together and do that sort of thing. Maybe the day after. Tomorrow I think we should spend looking for work.
Of course.
Do you disagree?
No, that's perfectly reasonable. Just let me know when you need a meeting and I can set one up. He's a good man to know also. He actually was a guide himself.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any questions?
I'm good.
Recommendation on places to find work that would be above the table.
Let's see. sec. So there's a few things that you can look into. I heard that you're not the only adventurers to come here. There's a few people who have come here. The Lord's Alliance is one, and people seem dissatisfied with their presence here. There might be work with them or against them. You can, I'll keep my ear to the floor, but you could look into that. You also have the most common thing, pirates. We are lousy with pirates in Port Anzaro, and to an extent I have done business with them. But at the same time, there is a very good bounty that could pay for more than an expedition into the jungle. I would speak to the harbor master Zindar. I think you would have had to have met him, Dragonborn. You know, he would have more information, and he himself, it seems, has put up the bounty himself, along with us throwing into the pot, us merchant princes. From the last time I checked, it was about 2,000 gold pieces. If you could capture their pirate ships. So, if you could, the last thing, I think I have something. It says, yes. If you are to capture, he pulls out a letter. Zindar has permission from the merchant princes to offer a bounty of 2,000 gold pieces for each pirate ship captured and brought into the ports, and a bonus of 500 gold pieces for the capture of each pirate captain.
I knew we should have got him. No,
Yeah, probably. But if we go hunting for pirates, won't we have to pay the toll to get back in from the turtle dragon?
Armeg. Yes and no. We do have ways to dealing with Armeg in a very safe way. So, yes and no. It just depends. But we would, of course, cover the costs of his offering if he should arise.
Well, this seems like a good ideal to me. What about you guys?
That's probably closest to our bag so far, though I suspect we need to get some more funds to get together before we go do something like that. It might be nice to hire one of those guides on with us to go with us to do those things as well.
Because we don't know how to sell a ship. We don't know how to might even get a ship.
Well, it's last time we tried to get one.
So, any more questions you have for him?
No.
No, I can't think of anything right now, but it sounds like if I do think of something, I can come back and ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Sure.
Okay. So, the night ends. Wakanga finishes speaking with all of you in the group. You've had your dinner. You come to a relaxing time back where you all came and meet. And he offers you to sleep in the guest rooms if you wish, or you can return to the Thundering Lizard. But regardless,
I'm gonna go back to the wizard. I mean the lizard.
Okay. Additionally, you can take 50 gold pieces, Doldir, as Wakanga does pay you for the canvas if you so wish to part with it.
Oh yeah, I'll part with it.
Okay.
Best investment I've ever did.
Time to retire.
As Syndra guides you on your way out, and the end to the night, she says, "Thank you again for all this. I really do appreciate everything you've done so far, and hope that
thank you.
we can continue to work together on this. I would, if I were you, information is key. It is king in these. In it being an adventurer, I do believe that the first thing you should find out is more about the death curse. I would go to the Temple of Zavras in the morning, or as soon as you can, to see what they may be able to divine for us. Being diviners, they have a gift I could not. I do not possess.
Yes, we want to say thank you again for your wonderful hospitality, and love that and enjoy that painting as well.
Yes, your insight is most appreciated.
They all accept the greeting, Bellador. Yes, Bellador.
I was gonna say thank you for the answering all these questions and all the information. It'll be very useful.
Of course, we are friends. So thank you for everything. Have a good night, and I will see you.
And you have a lovely house as well.
Wakanga goes, yes, thank you. I would say I built it myself, but what are we kidding? I just bought it.
Hey, there's no shame in that.
Nothing wrong with a man using his money.
No, not at all. Anyway, thank you for coming. I hope to see you again soon, and we'll move on. So, he wishes you all a good night. You all leave the Merchant Prince's villa at seeing a starry night above all of you. A cool breeze in Port Nianzaro, which is actually a nice change of pace from what you're used to. And you all head back to the Thundering Lizard with information, some objectives, a couple of leads, and with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
Alrighty.
All right.